Right, man. First and foremost, we're going to say all praises be to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rukakadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of GreatMillStone, and Shalom to the sincere elect. He's in the truth of faith through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. Right, and me and this brother over here was just, speaking, we were just going through a few things in the spirit. And it's like, you've got like people in the truth who think, it's about being a dark skin, the most darkest person in the camp with the most biggest afro upon the earth, and that means he's an Israelite. But what people don't understand is that our skin tone doesn't determine whether we are an Israelite or not, right? Because all the nations, right, except the children of Esau have pigment, right? And it's like what people need to understand is based upon the seed, right? And part of us being cursed as a people, right, is our seed being scattered amongst all people upon the earth. And on top of that, why does your skin tone matter if we are all going to be changed?
Yeah.
So that's the question to actually ask yourself. For everyone out there, who's about being a black Hebrew Israelite, well, a quick question to ask you is if it's all, if it's all entirely about our skin tone, why does it matter if we're all going to be changed? All right, can you get that in Numbers, Baba Gashar? Numbers first.
This is Numbers chapter 1, verse 18.
Yeah.
And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month.
Yeah.
And they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers.
By the house of who?
By the house of their fathers.
Now, exactly. So, where you came from and being established as being an Israelite was based on your father's line, right? For example, in Revelation chapter 7, when it speaks about the 144,000, it says what? 12,000 out of Judah, 12,000 out of Reuben, 12,000 out of Ephraim. Judah, Reuben, and Ephraim were what? Men, right? And those men will foresee that being scattered. Mm-hmm. But the key strong points of understanding that isn't about your skin tone is that we've been scattered as a people, and only the word was given only unto Israelites.
Yeah.
The word and his gospel was only given unto Israelites. So if a person looks like this brother or so on and so forth, but he hears the word and believes, guess what? He is an Israelite. In truth, even me and this brother ain't on the 12 tribes chart. Mm-hmm. But that don't mean shit. Because why? The word was only given unto the 12 tribes of Israel.
Yeah, I was going to say, the scriptures say that a man's going to be known by his speech, right?
Yep.
So it's about the words that we speak. It's what are we really talking about? What do we understand? Because the Lord said in what? Psalms? I'll get that quickly.
You got your Let me get that.
In Psalms 147, verse 19, it says, He showeth his word unto Jacob.
Oh, wait, hold on. Now, who is Jacob? He's the forefather of 12 tribes of Israel, and his name got changed to Israel.
That's right.
So when he shows his actual word unto Jacob, it means the Heavenly Father is dealing with the 12 tribes of Israel.
Yeah.
Right? Go ahead.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Look, now if you understand when the older covenant took place in Exodus chapter 24, the actual blood was sprinkled upon the Israelites. Mm-hmm. They actually got like a basin and put like in there and sprinkled it upon the 12 tribes. So the blood of the actual the blood of the covenant, of the agreement, was sprinkled on the 12 tribes of Israel, because we made that agreement, right? So the word is what? Very specific.
Very specific for a specific nation.
Specific nation.
Yep. and the understanding of that word. It
That's it. It's given unto the elect of that nation.
Yep. It says, he have not dealt so with any nation.
Yeah.
And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh Shmi Shai.
That's why when we obtain the law in Deuteronomy 4:6, it says, this is your wisdom and understanding in the sight of the nations.
Yeah.
If a thing is being done, in a person's sight, it means the person who sees it isn't involved, but he sees it happening. Yeah.
It says in that same scripture, or who as a people have a God so near unto them.
So near unto them.
Yeah.
Get Exodus 29 and 45.
This is Exodus 29 and 45. It says, and I will dwell among the children of Israel and will be their God.
Go ahead.
And they shall know that I, Yahweh Bashmi Yahushai, their God, that brought them forth out of the land of Egypt, that I may dwell among them. I am the Lord their God. I am Yahweh Bashmi Yahushai.
So in that verse alone, he established 3 to 4 times that I am specifically the power of the 12 tribes of Israel. Right? So that's why it says in Amos, you only have I known of all the nations upon the earth, meaning we are the only people he's cared for. Therefore I persecute you. Because he gave us this law and told us if you break the law, you're going to receive them judgments. Right? So a key point and foundation to understanding this word is that the Lord only gave his word to the 12 tribes of Israel. Right? So that's key. So by him giving his word just to the 12 tribes of Israel, that excludes all these other nations.
Yep.
So that means, if a person comes in the word and he's been pushing the truth for a number of years, he prays to the Lord, he fasts, he's charitable, he gives alms. That means that man is an Israelite, man.
Yeah. I wanted to bring out the scripture. This is Hebrews, because you got a lot of guys. Spirit, we're doing this video, so you got a lot of guys that will say to the different brothers that look, such as myself, they look like they might look like Esau, or they might look like the other nations, and they get a lot of stick, man. A lot of these unbelievers, a lot of these motherfuckers out there. Yeah. Right. They're simple, and they put these comments, and they're trying to get those brothers down. But this video is luring and edifying because, hey, us brothers, man, we believe, hey, we're here, we're pushing this truth, man. The Lord has given us this understanding. And we believe in Yahweh Bashmi Shai. We're pushing this truth. We're going out the highways and byways, making our bodies a living sacrifice. Yeah. But these guys, But these guys have got the nerve to come up against the men of the Lord, man. That are putting their lives on the line for this, man.
Yeah, that's it.
I had this quick precept.
I'll get the guy, go.
Right, this is Hebrews chapter 12, verse 16. Because a lot of guys say, why you got Edomite in the camp?
Look, man. I ain't trying to get too personal, but I'm with you, brother. A very good portion, of the week, man. He's a Jake, man.
It says, lest there be any fornicator or profane person, as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. So Esau is a profane person.
Oh, but however, though, don't forget, he sold his birthright. Mm-hmm. That's an act of not being faithful. Yeah. And that seed and that vibration is upon his seed. Yeah. That's why like a cracker might come to the camp. He'd be like, I believe in Jesus Christ. And you're kind of staring at him like, nigga, you know damn well you don't, man. But that's why the scripture says what? The fool have said in his heart there's no God. And the chief fool is Esau, his forefather. His forefather was the chief fool. He just said, look, man, I don't care if it's not finished cooking, man. You better pass me something. Then after that, he himself said, "What profit is his birthright? Yeah. If I'm hungry, man." Yeah.
And that word profaning is outside of the temple, man. So how are you gonna have an Edomite come up into the temple, come up into the church?
But then again, who is the temple?
That's right.
The temple are the saints of the Most High. Yeah. Ye are his husbandry. Ye are his building. Yeah. Right? That's why that third temple is us being raised up.
Yeah.
So really, the actual temple is linked to a seed, which is the Israelites.
Yeah.
The actual temple is linked to a seed. So the temple itself is exclusive, man.
So you're not gonna have no heathen, any heathen. You're not even gonna have a heathen. You're not even gonna have a heathen.
Some Hamite
that might look like a straight up Jake. Okay, he could have the afro.
Yeah.
He could have the beard coming out like here.
Yeah.
You know, he could be. He'd be shining. He could put all the shine on. But
you
know
have
what?
The shine on.
But you know what? The Spirit will reveal it, man. He'll come up and he'll say certain things. Like he might even be like, "Yeah, I believe." Yeah. Then you might ask him something. You be having a conversation with him, and you just see the Spirit will reveal it, man. Because this is the thing of the Spirit.
Yeah, like the apostles always tell the story of some Elamite that came up in the school, and the basically tell him like, "Look, man, this ain't for you." And eventually, he was cut and left anyway. You know, like you can't stay in this. You can't stay in this word. Look. A spy that's of the 12 tribes of Israel. After a while, he gonna get pushed out.
Yeah.
So much more like a Hamite on post.
Yeah.
Khan, you know.
Yeah, if you got a spy of our own people that the Spirit's gonna reveal, how much more a heathen?
A heathen
just standing there.
Yeah, some guy some guy called Ham. Yeah, Ham. You know, some guy called Ham.
Hamud.
Yeah, Hamud on post.
Yeah.
He'd be like, the Spirit gonna push him out anyway, man.
Yeah. They ain't gonna come in, man. They're not. Look, there's guys that come in. There's one guy in particular that comes to my mind. Come up every week to the camp, and he's a tear, man. You know. Getting cursed out, man. He's like, he can't come in, man.
That talk at.
Yeah. Whoever he is, or his Spirit is rejecting him, man. You know. Yeah. But you got brothers out there that are pushing for years upon years, man. In this truth, man.
You were white.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, still like, what's it called, man? Even fucking ISUPK. ISUPK are so simple that if they even saw me. If they saw me, that I'm from Ghana, West Africa, they'll call me a Hamite, man. Because that's what happened with that small kid. Mm-hmm. Tried to come to the cookout. They're like, "Oh, no, you can't, man." He said, "Why?" "Yeah, because you're a Hamite." I got this one. This is Baruch 4 and 36. "O Jerusalem, look about thee toward the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from God. Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. They come gathered together from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One.
Oh man,
rejoiceth in the glory of God." So I mean, explain that, man.
By the word.
From
the east to the west.
So that means some guys in China. He's there, dark skin with a fro and a pick in his head. So you just see him. He's like, "Shalom, man."
Yeah.
He's in Denmark. You just see him in Denmark with an afro pick, and his tip to the side, so he proves he's Jake. Shalom. In Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
He has a pick, but it's tipped to this side because he's in Kazakhstan.
That's not.
And he's like, "Shalom." No. The sons of Israel, a son of Israel is established by what? The seed of Israel. And he's scattered amongst all other nations. And he's lost his heritage.
Hold on a second. In this day, right in this 2018 in front of us, yeah? Do you see men, yeah? Jake men go around and all they do is just pop other Jake women. Just a straight up black woman. Is that what they do? They just go around exclusive black women. Yeah. Hold on, why is there videos of black women getting angry because Jake men are dealing with women of the other nations?
Yeah.
Or women looking like the other nations. They might be, Israelite foreigners themselves. Why are they getting angry about that? So hold on a second. If that's what's happening today, yeah, well, you don't think that wasn't happening back then when we were doing all them wars, going into these different lands? So they obviously, we just read it, that the seed goes through the man. So you still got seed, you've got remnant left in all these different countries around the world where Jake's been at, okay? And they might not look like straight up, they might not look like Shaft, man, to put it like that, man, okay? They might look like, the different nations, but their seed goes back to Israel, and you know what? That just shows that these guys are ignorant, man. Because the more that you just travel around and you talk to people, the spirit, that means the spirit ain't dealing with him. Because what? Romans 8 says, the spirit itself beareth witness, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you can just talk to certain people and and the spirit just dealing, man. And you just know that, okay, that guy's an Israelite, man. Or he might do something a certain way. And you know that guy's an Israelite, man.
Precept. This is 1 Kings 14 and 21. And Rehoboam, the son of Solomon, reigned in Judah. And Rehoboam was 41 years old when he began to reign. And he reigned 17 years in Jerusalem, the city which the Lord did choose out of all the tribes of Israel.
Wait, hold on. So Rehoboam was a king.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was in charge of the Israelites
Of Judah.
Of Judah, right? So he was actually not just any old Israelite. He was a king. Yeah.
Of Judah.
Go on, huh?
To put his name there, and his mother's name was Naamah and Ammonitess.
Ooh.
So his mom was an Ammonite, man.
Damn.
So you telling me, so you can have a half heathen apparently on the throne. That means it's that the whole purpose and the whole importance is based upon the seed of the man. Because we are only going to allow a king of Judah to be on the throne of Judah. Duh.
Yeah.
So
you ain't gonna have no usurper up on the throne.
Exactly. So that means where a person. So you know what that means as well. Obviously back then they were all dark skinned, but his characteristics had to be a bit different. Mm-hmm. But that means, guess what? The importance of his mum, it wasn't important. Because his seed was being a part of the 12 tribes of Israel. That means, guess what? If his son then went on to pop like an Edomite woman, and his son's son went to pop them, so on and so forth. His sons, over hundreds and hundreds of years, no matter how they looked, they would still be of the kindred and tribe of Judah.
Let me read this out.
Go ahead.
This is Ruth chapter 4, verse 13. So Boaz took Ruth, and she was his wife. And when he went in onto her, the Lord gave her conception, and she bare a son. Yeah. Now Ruth is a Moabitess, okay? But if you look into the lineage of our Lord,
in Matthew,
Boaz is in the lineage, I believe.
Yeah. He's the father of Jesse, I believe.
Yeah. Let me. I'm gonna confirm that.
He's the father of Jesse. You know, who's the father of David?
Yeah. Matthew 1 and 5. And Salmon begat Boaz of Rechab, and Boaz begat Obed of Ruth, and Obed begat Jesse.
Yeah, so he comes from that line. So
comes from the lineage.
He was the grandfather of Jesse.
Yeah. So
he was the great grandfather of David.
So even royalty was doing that back then. So royal lines were doing that.
That's it. Remember, the scripture says King Solomon had 300 wives and 700 concubines, man.
Yeah.
You know? But guess what? If he had sons that came from heathen, it still didn't matter.
Yeah.
Because they were Israelites anyway. And important for people to understand, part of our curses was being scattered.
Yeah.
You know, I'll get that. Right? Because, so when the scripture says we were scattered, that ain't speaking about, man. So everyone just gonna be scattered and be like, I ain't dealing with no white woman.
Yeah.
You know? I ain't dealing with no Moabite.
Yeah, she's looking at that woman, looking all fine.
Yeah, and
bringing up that water from the well and all
and
that.
And after you like, no.
We just,
No,
man.
Come on, man. This is,
Hold on, didn't Ezra make a big problem? And
yeah.
By, there was just calling all the, there was about the heathen women and all that.
Yeah.
So that means that Jake were dealing with the heathen women.
Yeah, like the priest, I believe Nehemiah, which around the same time as Ezra, like he had to curse out some priests because what Jake did, which is the same thing as those sons of God in Genesis. Jake got up all into the culture, innit? You know, Jake's I believe he actually got upset because you had Israelite kids that didn't understand Hebrew like that. So he was pissed off because, you know, Jake got up in the culture. Yeah. You know, oh babes. You know, then his son would have grown up and worshipped their other gods. So the only problem was that the scripture says we can't go and marry them. Like, and I ain't talking about like in terms of sex. That's like, you know, sex in terms of like you get all up into their culture. Yeah. Like how the sons of God became apostates by going into the daughters of men. Jake got comfortable after he was getting head. Yeah. Right? Got all kind of simple and got all up into their culture, man. You know? Can't. So you can deal with heathens, that's cool, but don't marry them. Get up all into the culture. Because you remember, if you have a family, that's preparing for the future. So if you have a son who's a Jake, but he's praying to fucking like Baal or Dagon or whatever, he's gonna pass it on to his son's son, and over a period of time, Jake gonna start thinking the actual heathen, man. Yeah, you know. I have a precept on scattering though. This is Leviticus 26 and 33. And I'll scatter you among the heathen, and will draw out a sword after you, and your land shall be desolate, and your cities shall be waste. Alright, so that scripture is there to the point. Right? So our people got scattered among them. Now, again, so when our people got scattered, they took onto the ways and cultures of the heathen, and over time they became to look as the heathen. Yeah. You know. Yeah. Go ahead. You got a precept.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 7. Do ye look on things after the outward appearance? If any man trust to himself that he is Mashiach's, let him of himself think this again, that as he is Mashiach's, even so are we in Yahushua Mashiach. So if a guy is, coming up on the boards and he's saying, okay, I'm an Israelite, I believe in, the law Yahushua and all that, but then you're cursing out a man who also believes with you, yeah? Okay, because of his outward appearance, then that means that you're not of Yahushua, man. Okay? Because the spirit that clearly you're not dealing with you then. Because if you got a man that's going preaching according to the word, to the truth, the doctrine, he believes, okay? He's living his life according to his belief. Then that means that man is of Yahushua, man. Okay? But you're coming up against that. That means that you're not of Yahushua, man. You're anti-Mashiach, man. Okay? And for that, that's something that you're going to get destroyed for. Yeah, something up. Or shall I get Corinthians? Yeah. Right. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 51. Behold.
Actually, let me get Jeremiah. No. Ezekiel 11 and 16. This is Ezekiel 11 and 16. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, although I have cast them far off among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come. So this truth is a small sanctuary, right? Mm-hmm. So the scripture says, although that they have been scattered amongst all these countries, I'll be to them as a little sanctuary in the country they shall come. So does that mean if we have a small sanctuary of brothers in Kazakhstan, that everyone gonna be just dark? If we have a small sanctuary of brothers in China, look, there's over 1 billion people in China. I guarantee you have a sanctuary there of the elect. If you got a small sanctuary in fucking Persia, or in Iran, are you saying that basically everyone's gonna be dark skinned? Because the scripture says the Lord's going to be a little sanctuary to them in the countries they shall come. You telling me it's just going to be a supreme coincidence that in every country they're going to be just dark skinned, but with flaws and picks just tipped to the side?
No.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will even gather you from the people, and assemble you out of the countries where ye have been scattered, and I will give you the land of Israel, and they shall come thither, and they shall take away all the detestable things thereof, and all the abominations from thence. Now the abominations are what? The abominations from the heathen. Taken onto their culture, learning their language, and looking as them.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, can I just say this? If I didn't know that I was an Israelite, I would have just continued in the abominable things I would have done, as we would have all.
Bro, man, if I didn't know I was an Israelite, bro, I'd be doing the same thing.
That's it.
Bro, I'd be calling myself like a Ghanaian, man. Like me, during the time I was growing up, man, I was eating crab, snail, shrimp, possum. That's what we was doing in Ghana.
I was eating all manner of prawns. I was eating oysters.
Oh yeah, fucking oysters.
I was eating liver.
Yeah.
All these.
I was getting. I was getting in and them pork ribs, man.
Yeah. But that's not Hebrew Israelite culture.
That's not Hebrew Israelite culture.
Yeah. So when you wake up to the truth of who you are, then you then obviously you start to behave as who you are, who you always was. You know? But when the Lord opens you up to who you are, man, shed that light on you, man.
That's it. Right.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 51. Behold, I shew you a mystery. We shall not all sleep.
Now, here's the key point. Because the point that we're trying to establish is this. Just understand and bear in mind, in the kingdom of heaven, all Israelites are going to be changed. Starting off with elect. And those who are born through elect are just going to be changed either way, because they're going to come back like perfect in worth of flesh. So go ahead.
But we shall all be changed.
We shall all be changed. So does that mean? That means if a person is, looks like this brother over here, if this brother is of the elect, right, he's going to be changed. And I ain't going to go too far into it, but there was a brother in a camp who actually had a dream about, us once. And this brother in the dream had dark flesh. That's a spirit. Just as this brother Kalbai, his chick, had the dream of being changed to the kingdom.
Yeah.
And she looks like a so-called white woman too.
Yeah.
That's not by a coincidence. The spirit has things come out how it's supposed to come out.
Yeah. This is about who believes, man.
It's who believes.
This is about who's been given to. That's what it's about, man. That pisses us off, man, when you guys do that. But you know what? Ultimately, it don't really affect us like that, because we know what the truth is, man.
Yeah.
We know that there's guys out there that are just built to be scoffers. You built to get destroyed, man.
Yeah, you're actually built to get destroyed.
Yeah,
he was actually made and fashioned to swallow a missile.
Yeah, I don't want people to think that we're doing this video because it's all emotional. No,
it's not emotional.
We're doing it onto edification.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
We're doing it onto edification to boost the faith also to boost the faith of brothers out there that don't look, straight up. Okay, Jake, then, for them to increase in faith, man. For them to, increase in confidence in Yahweh Shai.
Keep going up.
It says, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall all be changed.
We shall all be changed. So why does our skin color why does our skin color now matter if we're all going to be changed?
Yeah.
That's a serious question to ask, and go to Isaiah 11.
Yeah.
That's the key question to ask. Why would our skin color matter if we're all going to be changed? Yeah, no, but if you ain't black, no.
It's just melanin, man.
Yeah.
In the kingdom, we're going to be melanated, all of us. With that perfect glow, we're going to be glowing and all that.
Glowing.
Everything's going to be right. Women are going to have that long, luscious hair, all that. You know, we're gonna have all those beautiful things, man. Okay, we're gonna be glowing. Not even gonna have no blemishes and all that. Everything's gonna be just glowing, man. You know, perfect, in perfect health, well-being.
Yeah,
we're gonna have all that, but we don't have that on this side. On this side, there's confusion and face, man.
Bruv, you've got people who are dark-skinned that are scoffers on YouTube, and you got people who look white who are pushing the word. So, if this man looks so-called white and he's pushing the word, and you're a scoffer and you're dark-skinned, that means a so-called heathen is doing more of the work than you are.
Yeah. So what are you doing?
So what are you doing?
And the funny thing is, hey, there's a parable of the wheat and the tares.
Yeah.
Why is there a parable about that? The angels are going to come and what? There's going to be a separation, man. You know. This is Isaiah chapter 11, verse 11, and it says, "And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people."
That's why I said in Ezekiel, in the countries where they shall come.
Yep.
Oh, in the countries of who? The countries of the heathen.
Right.
In the countries of the heathen.
Yeah.
Remember, the scripture says the captive exile, he hasteneth that he may be loosed. So essentially, every Israelite is among the heathen because we ain't in our land.
Yeah. Hey, well, check this. Even like for example, Turkey and Greece as an example, right? Although that land was at one point was controlled by what? The Ottoman Empire. You had the Edomites all up in there. But even going back before that, you had Jacob all on there. Thessalonica. Yeah. You had Tarsus. Okay, you had Troy. That's all up in Turkey, man. Okay, so you had a lot of Jacob up in there. And that's all in the scriptures. Hey, the Apostle Paul was going to Athens, man.
Yeah.
To the temple of the Jews in Athens, man.
Yeah.
You know?
In Babylon, even it speaks about in Acts 2, they came Jews to the devout men from every people under heaven.
Yeah.
Now guess what? They discontinued. Their sons discontinued from their heritage, and they were still dwelling in those lands.
Yeah.
So that means but like but nothing.
Yeah. And it says, for this corruptible. Sorry, Isaiah 11. Salakia. Back in Isaiah 11, it says, the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar. And you know what? Like about Elam, hey, there was this one guy that I ran into. I used to go to school with him. Okay, I ran into him. He was telling me, look, I watched the videos and blah blah. Yeah. He said that, and I said, cool, man. You know, it's all good and all that. He said, but listen, I'm a Muslim. I said, okay, that's what you believe. You know, we went back and forth for a bit, and that was it, right? But you know, one thing he told me, he said he ran into one group. I believe he described them as ISUPK, all black and all that. He said, yeah, they were an Israelite group, and they said I was an Ishmaelite, right? And I said to him, there ain't no spiritual discernment there, man. The guy's clearly a Jake, man.
Yeah.
He's from that Pashtun area. Okay, and I've done no research into them guys. A lot of them go back to Jake. Okay, and I was like, I knew it. I said, I told him, look, man, you're a Jake, man. You know, you're an Israelite, man. You know, really got to get down with this, man. You know, the time is short. You really got to get down with this.
Yeah.
You know, and he was like, you know, he was hearing certain things like respect, and he was kind of respectful still. And I said, you know, and if the Lord has his will, then he'll get it and he'll come into the fold, man. Yeah. You know. It says,
look, man, like even me in school, man, there was a guy, man, like a so-called Jew, and in school, man, everyone used to curse him out being a so-called Jew, right? But then as we got you know up in age and older, this guy has braids and plays like fucking basketball good, and all his friends are niggas.
Come on, man.
He has. I'll show you a picture. I'll try to find it after the video. I'll show you.
Right.
The Jake got braids, man.
Yeah.
And plays the basketball good.
Look,
and he only hangs around with Jakes.
We grew up in school in London.
And in school, he was funny cat, man.
We grew up in school in London. Didn't we always see there was always those Israelite foreigners that hung out with all the Jakes, man.
Yeah, man.
Because they were Jakes, man.
Yeah, man. I had friends who were Turkish.
Yeah.
I had friends who were fucking East Indian.
Yeah.
Man, I had friends from all the nations, man.
Hey, all my friends in my area when I was growing up playing football around the block, were all Jake, man. And we even had one Algerian guy, and he used to hang out with us as well. And one of my good friends, man, he was Australian. You know these Algerians. A lot of them are Jake, man.
Fucking a bunch of Benjamites, man.
Yeah, man. And it was I was just growing up with Benjamites and Judites, man.
Yeah.
That's pretty much, man. West Coast and you know,
Yeah.
Ghana.
Yeah.
I had one guy I remember from Congo. This guy was straight Jake from Congo.
Yeah.
You know, he had some Rasta.
Ras.
You know, we all around the air. We were all in the same what? We were in the ghetto, man.
Under the curses.
Under the curses.
Which is a sign for who we are.
There you go. There you go.
Wait, hold on.
What do you?
Hold on. You know what that also means then? If people are trying to say being an Israelite is based on your skin, that means if you go and pop a chick that's white, and you have a son that's mixed race, and then you have a great grandson that looks white, that means, theoretically speaking, you can escape the curses by just making sure that your sons and sons all have kids with people who look white. Because if being an Israelite is based upon your dark skin, your dark hue, that means you can theoretically escape the curses by just popping fucking Edomite chicks and making sure that them kids look white. So are you saying that we could escape the curses then?
Hey, you know the thing about these guys as well, yeah? They really, you are what I call entry-level stumblers, right?
These guys in the grave, man.
You heard,
I don't think they have had a chance to stumble.
They might have heard that the Lord, the Lord is a so-called black man.
Yeah.
You hear that? Yeah, black power, and all that, right?
All that stuff.
And then as soon as then it's, I remember that one Rasta that came from Tottenham up to the camp, man. He was looking at me like he wanted to do me something.
He's looking at you like he wanted to chop your head off, man.
Yeah, man. I'm like, bro, what's going on?
Man?
We in unison here? What's going on, man?
Yeah, I remember that.
Do you remember that guy?
Right?
And see that, and it wasn't made for them guys, man.
Yeah.
Because they stumbled, man.
See.
You know, they started back when the apostles and elders in the old school.
Yeah, Apostle Rama.
You know, a lot of guys stumbled with things, man. You know, the Cornelius issue is a big issue in the spirit. Well, that's a big thing in the spirit, man.
It still is.
You know? It says, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea.
And guess what? Hamath is in Syria, man. It's now called Hamas, but it's the same place. So that means you got them guys getting bumped to smithereens in Syria. Yeah. You got people who are Israelites among them.
Didn't we go into an Assyrian captivity?
But yeah. So how are they gonna look?
Yeah.
You know, come on, let's be real. And like some of these Jakes, I want to ask them a question. Yeah, if your ass popped a Jake Bird, whose skin is light skin, if your son comes out looking almost white, yeah. So is your stupid ass gonna say, nah, this guy's not an Israelite? If that's your own grandson. To your own grandson.
You ain't an Israelite, boy, because you don't look like one. What's kind of...
Niggas are stupid.
You don't know about seed?
Well, that's why it goes back to Romans, because guess what? The seed is linked to the spirit, because you know why? Because of the curses, we can't prove our heritage.
Yeah, discontinued from our heritage.
That's what it's saying in Jeremiah 17:4. I'm not sure if that's a scripture I already read.
Yeah, I don't think you read it.
I think I brought it out, but I typed it in, but I didn't read it.
Let me read this last verse while you find it. It says, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel.
Who are the outcasts? You know what? Let me go into that word, the outcast. But go ahead.
And gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
Yeah, but they're all black, man.
I was gonna bring up a quick point as well. You know, because you mentioned Assyria, Hamas and all that. We had our people up in that captivity. Well, check this out. Over in the south part of America, okay, you got what they call the Bible Belt. You got these guys walking around looking like crackers, but actually a lot of those guys are Jakes, man. Why do you think they're so heavy into the Bible? A lot of them guys are Jakes, man. Okay, that's because Jake was all up in there, man. You know, putting in that seed. Find what you're looking for.
Yeah, it really says the same thing. Outcasts. Yeah, can. But anyway, let me go.
He said to be pushed violently.
Yeah.
Violence through the sword. Yep. Through captivity. Yeah. You know? What happened in 70 AD? We were pushed out violently.
Violently for all the nations.
And we became outcasts, man.
Yeah. This is Jeremiah 17:4. And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee. And see, our heritage is knowing who we are and our land, right? So we just discontinued from everything. We didn't know our heritage, and we didn't even understand our land. And I'll cause you to serve thy enemies in a land which thou knowest not, for you have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever for a long period of time. So our people were prophesied to discontinue from our heritage. So we realistically speaking, there's no Israelite on the planet who can prove that they are an Israelite by showing the birthrights and records. That's why it's based upon faith. This is Romans 8 and 16. The Spirit, which is the Word, John 6 and 63, beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. Because guess what? We vibe with the Word. This Word sits with our vibration. And guess what? In Deuteronomy 28, it says, these curses shall be upon us for a sign, and a sign on who we are.
You gotta love this word.
Yeah, of course.
You gotta love it. You can't be even. I'll agree with this. You gotta love this word, man.
If you can imagine the kingdom of heaven and believe in it, then you're an Israelite, man. If you're at camp on the post and you be like, look, man, one day, but all of this is gonna be a dream, you're an Israelite, man. If you believe that the RFID chip is the mark of the beast, and you believe upon the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, then you're an Israelite, man. I even put that scripture to prove that. Go ahead up.
Hey, one of the brothers was bringing out something one of the older brothers said, and it was basically like about these Edomites, right? You observe all these different nations now; they all got their gods, right? Even gods. If you observe Edomites today, they believe that they themselves are God, man. They believe in that science, that the scientific theories of things, the Scientology, we did this, we created that, or evolution and this and that. Really, they believe that they're the Most High, man. You know that. But if you go to Moab, you go to Elam, they got their own little gods and Buddhas and things that they bow down to. Even the heathens, they got their idols that they bow down to. Esau don't have that.
Esau don't believe, man.
He don't believe, man.
Esau believe in himself, man, and his gun and his sword.
That's why he says that he tries to be like the most. He tries to be like the Most High. That's why he's got the highest pride, man. That pride needs to be brought down, man.
See?
You know, that's why he's at the end of the world.
I have a precept. This is so this proves to call upon the name, you have to be an Israelite. 2 Ezra 3 and 34. Weigh thou therefore our wickedness now in the balance, and there's also that dwell in the world. So shall thy name nowhere be found but in Israel.
Damn. Dreadful among the heathen. So
shall thy name nowhere be found but in Israel. So if this brother right here is calling upon the name of Yahweh Shemel Shai with faith, then this man's Israelite. If I'm doing it, it means I'm an Israelite. Yeah. In faith.
That's a heavy vibration, the name, man.
It says, or when was it that they dwell upon the earth have not sinned in thy sight? Or what people have so kept thy commandments? Thou shalt find that Israel by name have kept thy precepts, your word, but not the heathen.
Can't. Yeah, man. It's in our spirit, man.
But not the heathen.
Yeah, even Romans 2, even when we're in a heathen like state of mind, we're still doing certain things that's in the scriptures.
So if a person gonna come in the truth, get up in the vibration, do the work, man, what the hell do you want, man? A man's paying tithes, he's giving alms, he's out the camp doing the work, pushing the videos, do what you gotta do.
In season, out of season.
In season, out of season, cold, hot, cold.
Yeah.
But yeah, Edomite though.
But you can come on the comment boards and say, who's Edomite? Man, what have you done for the Lord? Yeah. What have you done for your salvation, man?
Niggas are ridiculous, man. Yeah, man. But hey, man, if you don't see it, that's cool, man. Because it means you're gonna be destroyed, man.
That's right.
Because the scripture says in Isaiah 6, hey Lord, I mean, how long are these guys gonna be blind? The script, you know what he said to him? Until those cities be wasted, without inhabited. So that's what's gonna happen, man. Look, man. The scripture says, "Who shall despises the word shall surely be destroyed." So if you don't see it through the spirit, that's okay, man, because it means you're gonna be destroyed. All right? You got a precept?
No, that's cool.
All right, man. So with that, we're gonna say, "Oh, praises be to Yahweh,
All praise to Yahweh.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Mukakadash, double honors, apostles and elders, a great millstone. With that we go say, Shalom.
Shalom.